Lighting up the way. Valley Electric Association.
No to Abuse is a domestic violence advocacy program. So what we do are people that are victims of domestic violence or sexual assault, we bring them in and provide them services, everything from emergency shelter to helping them get temporary restraining orders to some longer term transitional housing help and counseling, therapy, group sessions. We just have a gamut of services available to anybody who's been a victim of domestic violence.
Do they come here on their own, or do they get referred by law enforcement?
So we get those both ways. We've been in the Valley for over 20 years now, so we certainly have people who know what No to Abuse is and who we are. So oftentimes they get referred by family or friends. But we also do work directly with law enforcement and with the district attorney's office to have referrals come in as well.
And Child Protective Services?
Typically CPS is involved because the witnessing of domestic violence is such a detriment to children that they will use their own scales for determining what to do with that family.
Because just witnessing domestic violence is a form of abuse, right?
That's correct. It is defined as a form of abuse, and we want to protect children from even the witnessing of domestic violence.
A lot of times, situations, families are leaving their homes just very quickly to get out of an abusive situation, and you kind of help these people relocate so that sometimes that they won't be contacted by their abuser.
Right. So again, one of the services we do a lot of is relocating people back to family or friends. So they might be in shelter here on an emergency basis, and we would arrange to send them back to. We'd send people clear across the country to wherever they have come from, that they have a support system that they can move back to. We help them with that.
What about the counseling that's needed when you're leaving an abusive situation? A lot of people have a hard time just stepping out of that situation.
Right. It's extremely hard to step away from that situation, and typically it's gone in some kind of cycle where you don't just have a one incident and then you leave. That's not how that story typically goes. So we want our victims to be in counseling, so counselors can teach them the cycle of abuse and teach them how to begin to break that for themselves. And then we also find our peer support group to be really valuable to talk with other survivors. People feel very isolated and very alone, so when they can get into a group of other survivors and talk to them, it just gives them the feeling that they're not alone.
Yeah. You have a hotline that they can even call.
We do. We have a 24-hour hotline. They can dial our office number of 775-751-1118, and there's a prompt to get to an emergency advocate. They hit that number and it rings the emergency phone directly, 24 hours a day.